Doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo, it's Bruce's Booze Review! Cha-cha!
Well, here we are again. I'm glad you tuned in because today we're going to see if WISER'S ready-to-drink Manhattans are any good and if it's really worth buying. On my birthday a while back, my friend Danielle gifted me this bottle of J.P. WISER'S pre-mixed Manhattans. I have to admit, I kind of chuckled to myself when I opened my present. Pre-mixed Manhattans, I thought? Could it really be that easy? And could it be as good as the ones I make from scratch? I don't know. I mean, I've been making Manhattans for 45 years. And it's my favorite drink. So this is going to be a very demanding, honest review. I thought I'd do a side-by-side taste test of a Manhattan made from scratch versus a pre-mixed one. Before I begin though, I gotta tell you that Manhattans made from scratch will have a different tasting profile from one Manhattan to the next, depending on both the whiskey used and sweet vermouth. That can be a good thing, you know, because over time you'll discover the best whiskey and vermouth to suit your palate. I'm gonna give Scratch Manhattans 1 point. Yeah, we're doing the point system because of that. On the other hand, having a pre-mixed Manhattan ready to go means all the work is done for you, and you don't have to play bartender all night when your guests arrive for your party, if they show up. I'll give pre-mixed Manhattans half a point. Half a point because unless you're completely snookered and mixing is out of the question, that's where the ease of pouring a pre-mixed comes into play. But if you're already glowing too much, you probably shouldn't have another anyway. The bottom line, you should be learning how to make this fabulous cocktail from scratch. Because making cocktails can be as much fun as drinking them. Sorry, I just thought of Jiffy Pop popcorn. That was their slogan, right, Aaron? As much fun to make as it is to eat.
Can
Jiffy
you still
Pop.
get Jiffy Pop?
I don't know. I think so.
It's not
I think
like
you can.
1968 anymore. Bruce.
Oh, I love making that, man. That was cool. Anyway, we're off track here. That's what we do. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you make them yourself, you'll appreciate them a little more. Okay, let's look at the premix, right? I'm gonna crack this puppy. Maybe. Yeah, love that sound. I'm just gonna pour some in a glass, a clear glass. Ooh. Neat. It has a rich caramel brown color. That's nice. There isn't much whiskey hitting my nose. There is though, you know, I mean it's there, but I would have expected it to have a little bit more of a kick. Instead, I get sweet notes of cherry wood, some toasted malts, a few of those winter spices, you know, like cinnamon, nutmeg, and some honey. Some vanilla in there too. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna give this premix another half point, just for the nose being inviting. Yeah, I like it. Now, early Manhattan versions originally called for American whiskey, rye. Purists claim that it's not a Manhattan without it. I think today, though, it's really a preference as far as enjoying a Manhattan the way you like it. It's a personal choice. I like Canadian whiskey, 40 Creek, but then again, I'm from Canada. It's funny though how time changes everything. I used to make my Manhattans as a 2-to-1 ratio, but today I sway towards maybe closer to 2 to a half ratio. Again, there are no set rules, only guidelines, and I think if you experiment long enough, as I have, you'll find your perfect ratio balance to suit your palate. Well, This is funny. On the label, the back here, they actually tell you how to make this thing. It's pre-mixed. What? Are you an idiot? Just pour it in the glass, man. Sorry. I get emotional about this stuff, right? Anyway, they simply say, pour it over ice, stir, and add a maraschino cherry is optional. I guess those instructions are helpful, but it's probably not how I would typically make a Manhattan. Oh, sometimes when I get home late at night from work and bar, I'll make life easy by pouring out everything over ice, plain and simple. Ideally though, you want to stir everything over ice in a mixing glass. Then fine strain it out into your favorite chilled glass. I think neat or on the rocks over fresh ice is always a personal preference, depending on your mood at the time. Okay, let's make both the scratch version and the premix version and compare the two. Okay, I do like the cherry notes. Yeah, I do actually, which is not really what I typically get when I make them from scratch. You do, I guess, if you add a cherry to it. I'm looking at this and it looks a little shy. I mean, that looks like about 1.25 ounces or so in this glass. I don't know, man. Yeah. That's how long I've been doing this. Holy shit, man. So I think I'm gonna just top it up a bit, at least to 2 ounces anyway. Yeah, that's a little nicer portion there for me. Okay, let's slide this off to the side and make a scratch Manhattan. Same glass. All right. So again, like I said, I like 40 Creek. A lot of people actually use bourbon, believe it or not, which is nice too. But again, the purists are gonna say, you can't do it that way. But I'm gonna go with 2 ounces here of my 40 Creek. And like I said, 1/2 ounce of sweet vermouth. We need bitters, Angostura bitters, couple dashes. That'll do me. Let's bring this guy in. Oh, the color is almost identical, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? Okay, all we're going to do now is just ice them up. Give it a little stir. And the cherry is optional. Obviously, you don't need bitters in this one because they're already added, as is the sweet vermouth. And actually, the sweet vermouth they make in-house along with the aromatic bitters. So we'll pop a cherry in as per tradition. All right. And give it a go. Wow. Definitely whiskey is more forefront in this, and this one is really cherry forward. So which should I try first? I know what mine tastes like. Let's try this. It's not bad, actually. Really cherry driven, though. Maybe I shouldn't have added that maraschino cherry, you know? Hang on. Cleanse my palate. Again, a little more whiskey forward. Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely drier, less cherry. Wow. Hang on. Cleanse the palate. I should probably have some bread too. Anyway, try this again. So, what can I say about the premix? The taste, the finish. It's smooth and well balanced, definitely. I get a little white pepper, some cloves, definitely some wood, mature wood, and rye spices. From what I understand, it's made with double column distilled corn whiskey and in-house made sweet vermouth and aromatic bitters. There are rich flavors of dried fruit. I like that, yeah. It tastes as sweet as it smells. There's a good balance of sweetness and whiskey in the glass. Smooth, smoky whiskey notes come in on a short finish. I'm actually a little disappointed I like this. You actually don't have to add a cherry to the glass. The mix itself has enough cherry flavor to satisfy. I think by me adding the cherry, it almost overpowers the cocktail. I'll give Wiser's ready-to-drink Manhattans another 3 points. This is quite lovely, but I'm gonna have to give my Scratch Manhattans 4 points. Why? It's simply that I can control how I want it to taste. And tastes good, it does. I also like that the lack of those cherry notes in my Scratch Manhattan isn't overpowering. For me, it's more appealing. I think the premix is actually smoother than my my Scratch version. It's lovely, it really is. I'm pleasantly surprised. If you see Wiser's premix Manhattans in the store, you should pick it up. Give it a try. I don't think it's going to disappoint by any means. But seriously, folks, I like mine better. Shut up. It is good though. Too much cherry.
Doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo, it's Bruce's Booze Review. Cha-cha!